cut these. This is the mount. This is the top mounts for the bearing. And now this goes like that, basically. Just like that. Alright, as you can see, I put these pieces in, so they just slide in like that on both sides. And the way that we're mounting it here is we've got 4 mounts up top. I don't think it's overkill. I think it's a good amount of mounting. And then we have 2 solid mounts down bottom. Now, this whole back spot is just empty, which is good. So this isn't in the way of the axle or the pillar block. These aren't in the way, it's all out of the way, so it should be pretty serviceable in the future. What I also did to protect the engine is I made this plate. So basically there's brackets on the frame of the bike, and they slide in there and slide in there. Right? And then all I do is I run a bolt through the holes of the brackets, and that's it. It's raining, but it's not going to stop us. Okay, now that everything's welded up, we have a little bit of a problem. As you can see, the mounts of this thing have broke, except for this one and this hole up here. Now what I've done is, the mounts broke off the engine, but there was a blank hole, so I tapped into that hole. So now what I need to try and do is basically bolt that on, maybe make an extra hole because that hole's a bit too high, and then we'll see if that works. And then I've got a support that bolts in here and pushes up against that plate. So I think it should work, but you know, we'll have to see. Otherwise we'll have to completely outside mount this, maybe with a plate on here. So it's not the end of the world, but it kind of sucks that we have to do this. Alright, so it seems to be working. So I drilled a hole lower, I tapped. There's an engine mount, and next to the engine mount that's broken off, there was an empty, like just a plug. So I drilled it out, threaded it, put that bolt in there. Now you can see there's a little bit of flex. Alright, which is probably not good, but the clutch is working. If I try and pull on the chain, nothing. If I hold the clutch in, the chain, it moves. So it's working. Now this is a tool I made earlier, and this is going to get rid of that flexing. So basically, let me move the camera. Alright, so here's the thing that's going to stop that flexing. Alright, what I might do in the future is I might just make a plate across here, and somehow, like, we'll figure that out. But just for now, we're going to use this, get rid of the flex that's happening in this, and then yeah, and we'll be able to test everything else. Okay, so I've welded it in, I've welded all the mounts, I've put the axle in. These need to be swapped out for nylock nuts. This bolt, so basically these bearing mounts are bolted in by three points. I don't think I need the fourth one. It's pretty sturdy already with two. This one's just to hold it in, right? So now I just need to get a new chain, fix the axles, fill the thing up with water and oil, and we're ready. You can see I put a plate in there so that if the chain breaks or anything, it'll hit something instead of the engine. So there's a shield right here, and the way it's put in is pretty neat. It's not actually bolted in, it's kind of sitting behind a bracket and a bolt. But yeah, that's it. Look at it. There is a little bit of friction, but over time I still need to grease up these things obviously, but that's it. Oh, and I've got to swap out the brake. I bought a different brake for the buggy. Alright.